Hello and welcome back to Betty Easy YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome home. And on today's video, we are going to talk about the car prices because a lot of people are getting ready to come to the US and they just want to know every single information. They want to be prepared and to know what goes on around here. And car prices is one of the things, because you know what, guys, it's very important to know like these things, like you'd rather know the information than come here blank, like you have no clue at all. So yeah, one thing I can tell you about driving here in the US, I can tell you for sure, is if you're planning to come to the US to stay, please know how to drive before you leave the country. Yeah, because if you win your green card and you know for sure you're coming to settle down here and you'll be driving at some point, it's very important for you to like know how to drive before you leave home. Having known how to drive back home, it will be easier than coming here to start afresh, because it will even save you some money. When you come here and you don't have to go back to the driving school because you've already done it back home, it will save you money, good amount of money, and also it will save you time. So it is very important to have that previous driving experience. It is very, very important. So once you know for sure you're coming to the US, or once you know you're going to any other country and you're going to stay for a long time and you'll need a car there, it is very important to learn to drive back home, because once you know how to drive, things will get better and easier and quicker. So when you come to the US, and it doesn't take that long to like get a car or start driving, once you come here, you want things to move fast. And especially here in Arizona, I know that public transportation here sucks. And to be honest with you, even the weather here in Arizona does not allow you to be waiting for a bus for an hour or two. You're out there in 100 degrees waiting for a bus. And to be honest, if you want to be using Uber and Lyft and stuff like that, they are very expensive. As you know, imagine if you're going to work and coming back home every day using Uber, and you're paying like $20 to go, $20 to come back, or $10. That's a lot of money. And buying a car is a cheaper way to commute. It's very, very, very convenient and very affordable, very cheap, because that way you're not spending so much money out there paying Uber, paying Lyft, calling a taxi, or doing those things. Buses, public transportation here are very, very cheap, also very affordable. But one thing I can tell you is you can end up waiting for a bus for like about 30 minutes or an hour. And our temperatures here in Arizona, especially in the summer, they are not the kind of weather you want to be out there for like five minutes waiting for the bus. Oh my goodness. Yeah, some people do it because depending with what's making you not get a car. But I know it's kind of and also buses don't move all over. Like my side of town where I live right now, we don't have buses at all. Like if you're depending on a bus coming to the side of town where I am, you're not gonna get any bus or train. So like the Phoenix area, public transportation there is very good, because they are the light rails, the metros, and also buses, stuff like that in Phoenix, anything from Mesa going back to Phoenix. But for your own convenience, it's good to get a car. And I know everybody is not coming to Arizona, but I am giving you based on what I see around here. So car prices, they vary. So when you want to buy a car, you look for what? You look for a good car, a good deal, And also when you're new, especially, you want something that can take you from point A to B. You want something good that is not going to be breaking down all the time. You're calling mechanic on the side of the road. Oh my goodness, you're losing the wheels. So it's very important to get a good car that is gonna help you to, to move from point A to B without breaking the whole time. So for me, based on my personal experience, I can say anything from $1,000 and up. If you buy anything less than $1,000, you are guaranteed that is gonna give you headache. And yeah, I'm saying anything above $1,000 because I have seen a friend of mine. He bought a car for $1,000, and that car was good. It was good. It was taking him from point A to B, and he survived with that car for a while until the AC broke or something, and then it started giving him problems. But it helped him for like almost a year without giving problems. $1,000. So if you're lucky, you can get a car worth $1,000, and it will take you from home to work, from work to the store, and stuff like that. And that is if you want a really cheap deal. That is the cheapest I know for sure that you can get. And it's gonna have some good amount of mileage there, for it to be $1,000. There must have a reason why. Here people are very honest. Not everyone, but some people are very honest. When they are selling you a car, they tell you that they're selling this car as it is. That means if it's broken, if the engine is having issues, you're not gonna come back at them. They're selling the car as it is. So you already know. Even when you're looking at online, you can see some of the cars they tell you as it is. And some of them they will say some of them they'll be very honest to tell you what the problem with the car is, and some of them will not tell you at all. So it's better to be very careful. For me, when I was buying my first car, I remember I was very new. I was only a few months old in this country, and I did my driving test when I was only like 5 months, less than 5 months old in this country, and I did my driving. And as I told you before in the previous video, that I failed my first written test, and I passed my second one, and then I did my road test, and then I bought my car. How I got my car is I went online and I started looking for cars online, and I found this good car, a good deal on Craigslist. Yeah, Craigslist. I looked up so many websites and I found a car on Craigslist. It was a Suzuki. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a Suzuki. And trust me, that Suzuki was so good. Guess how much I bought it? I bought it for $1,600. And what happened is I took the number, I called. Usually when you're looking for cars online, you grab all the numbers, you start calling the people, and you can buy. Or for me, I was looking for a car from the owner. I didn't want to go through like a dealership or anything. I wanted a car from the owner. So I called this person and they said, yeah, okay, I'm selling my Suzuki. How is it? Is it in a good condition? And the guy was like, it's in a good condition. It's been sitting here for a while now because it was my daughter's car, and I thought, let me get her. The daughter got another car, so that Suzuki has been sitting there for a while. And I asked him, I said, does it have any issues? I'm a new driver, I'm new in the country, I really don't know so much. And the person was very honest. The person said, as far as I know, this car does not have any problems, not unless it has developed its own problems, because it's been sitting in the garage for a while now. So he said, if there is any problem, just so you know, I'm just giving you heads up. I know it doesn't have a problem. Some people can be very, very, very honest here. And for me, what I did is I went around the car. I checked what I could check. Can you imagine me checking a car? And I didn't even go with a mechanic. Can you imagine? So I just looked and I told him, I don't know much about cars, but I know how to drive. And the person was like, okay, I can guarantee you it has some gas, and yeah, it will take you to the next gas station and you fuel and go home. So I gave him $1,600 cash, because I remember I met that person at a parking lot, and I gave him $1,600. So how much is that in Kenya shillings though? So yeah, You do the math. $1,600. That is the amount I bought my first car. And I told you, my friend, we did the same thing for my friend, and he bought his car $1,000. We met at the parking lot somewhere, and we exchanged $1,000, and the person too. And also, I remember when my friend was buying his car, he had this person who kept pushing and pushing and pushing the price down. The guy was Mexican and kept pushing, please, brother, come and see the car. Okay, I will give you this car for $800. Okay, brother, give me $600. And I was like, why is he doing that though? And the guy was like, so much anxiety and everything. And I told my friend, no, don't buy that car. So, and I think the AC was broken and the car had so many issues, and the guy just wanted to get rid of that car. So I was lucky because my car did not have issues like that. The AC was perfect and everything. So anyway, how I lost this car, because it helped me, I stayed with it for like almost a year. And how I lost this car is it got hit on the freeway. I remember one time I was driving down to Phoenix, and on the freeway there was some kind of traffic, build up traffic. It was stop and go. And this person at the back was on the phone, and they hit me at the back, and they hit me again. And I hit the person in front of me. Oh my God, it was a big scene. And anyway, I remember because I bought it $1,600, guess what? The car was totaled, completely totaled, and I got paid. The insurance paid me. For me, I like to have full coverage. The insurance paid me, and they paid me something almost close to actually $4,000 and some change. That's the amount I got paid for that car. But it was totaled anyway. They took it and everything. So sometimes they will give you a choice of you get paid and then you get to keep the car and something. I can't remember how it works exactly. Like you keep the totaled car. If you want to fix it, you buy it for cheap or for less money. Oh my God, my kids are playing upstairs. So anyway, I didn't want to keep it. I didn't want to buy that one. So I decided to look for another car. That was a Honda. So how I got my second car in this country is I went to not a dealership, but I went to the guys, those people who sell cars. When you're driving, you can see there are some people who, you see some car shops, yeah? Car dealerships or car shops. So I drove like almost the whole day. I was going to different shops, different places looking for a car. And I came across this one, and what happened is I went in there. I told him I'm looking for a car and everything, and I told him the price range, and they said, oh, I have a 2008 Honda, and I'm selling it for he was selling it for $8,000 at the time. It was a 2008 Honda Civic. So $8,000. Remember, guys, I got $4,000 from the Suzuki that crashed. So I paid the $4,000 down, and because I wanted to start building my credit, he gave me I gave him $4,000 down, and then so I was supposed to be paying $200 every month to pay off the balance of the $4,000. Yuck, guys. So that's how I got my second car. So I put down the deposit of $4,000, and then the $4,000 balance I was supposed to be paying every month. Yeah. So I had a car note there, and it really helped me to build my credit. Another way I actually, okay, now off topic. Let me say something else that I tried to build my credit. I did go to credit union when I was new, and my friend gave me the idea. I went to a credit union and I took a loan of $500, and I was paying it kidogo kidogo, small. And that's how another way of building credit fast. So that's another way of building my credit. And then plus this car, it really helped me big time to build my credit. So anyway, that was my second car. I bought my second car $8,000. I believe the interest was high because I didn't have any credit and everything, and that's why the price was that much. But yeah, that's how much I got it. So anyway, my Honda, how I lost my Honda or how I gave it up is because I kept getting backed up at Walmart every time. I guess it was just bad luck, and it happened about 4 times at Walmart parking lot. Every time nikienda kutoka parking lot, boom. Nikienda kutoka parking lot, ooh, and that thing gave me phobia of Walmart parking lots. I don't know why. For some reason, I used to get backed up all the time at Walmart 4 times. And I remember one day I was like, that happened. And this lady, I was just waiting to go. And this lady and the man, older couple, they backed up on me. And I was like, I kept honking and they backed up on me. And then they came out, they were like, thank God there was no scratch or anything, just a little scratch. And I let it go. And from that point, I went straight to the dealership, the closest dealership, Honda. I went to a Honda dealership and I just wanted to check if they have cars or something. So anyway, I went over there and I looked around and they had this Toyota that I guess somebody had traded in. So this Toyota that I drive now, it was a 2015. And the price for this one was, how much was it? I think it was 16,000, and it was a 2015 Toyota. So the price for this Toyota, when I got it, was like 16,000. And you know what, guys? The worst thing I did, and when you come to the States or if you're new in the States, please don't do that. Don't trade in your car, because that's the worst thing I did. Imagine I traded in my Honda. Guess how much they gave me? And I had bought my Honda 8,000. I traded it in and they gave me 2,000 only. I was like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea to be trading in cars. If you want to get rid of your car, sell it, because you can sell it more money than trading it in. So I traded in my Honda, and after trading in my Honda, I got this Toyota for, it was 16,000, and I think now they took off the 2,000 after trading in, so the price dropped to 14, something like that. Not to, I can't remember exactly 14 what, but something like that. So that's how much I got the car for. And that was when 2016, and the car was a year old. So that was a good deal. I believe it was a good deal. Actually, they had written something on it, like on sale, and the person at the dealership was like, oh, let me show you some of our cars that are on sale. I didn't know cars can go on sale, but yeah, that's what the guy said. That's how I got my Toyota, and I'm still driving it. And the Toyota did not even have so many mileage, so much mileage. It only had like 15,000 miles at the time. And that was a really, really good deal. So it was a newer car. And my Honda had like 85,000 miles on it when I was buying it. And the Suzuki, I can't remember, Suzuki had like 100,000 something. So here, what happens when you're buying a car, make sure you look at the mileage, because you don't want to buy a car with so many miles on it. And you just want to make sure you're buying, even if you want a good deal, buy a car that doesn't have too many miles on it. And also the price, if you're not comfortable with the price, if you just feel like you want to make sure, you want to confirm if the person is selling it high, the price is too high, you can go to pages like Kelley Blue Book and check the prices, like try to check that car model and the miles and the year, everything. Check it on Kelley Blue Book. It will give you the price. And if you tell that person and say, hey, you're selling me this car for 10,000, and when I check the same exact car on Kelley Blue Book, it's telling me the price is supposed to be 5,000. Guess what? If the person is a good person, they will match the price for you with the Kelley Blue Book. And a lot of people, they write for you, they tell you, this is the price on the Kelley Blue Book. And it's not just Kelley Blue Book. There are so many sites. And all online, there's so many pages, not just Craigslist. You can buy on, is it Carvana? There are so many places. I mean, web pages online, website you can buy cars from, and you can trust them because obviously you're not gonna have it delivered at your door. You're gonna have to go there and check the car out. And a lot of people, what they do is they go with a mechanic, and the mechanic checks out the car for them. Like the mechanic makes sure, and you know what, you test drive it. Of course you have to test drive it, feel how the car drives. If you have a question, you ask. If you have issues, you ask. But the bottom line is anything from 1,000 to 100,000, whatever you feel like, whatever your pocket allows you, anything, any price that you're looking at, just don't go below 1,000 if you want a car to start. But for me, as Betty, for me, the advice I always give people is save up the money and buy anything that is a little bit like from 1,500 and up, and I wouldn't say that. Honestly, for me, a car that won't give you issues, I believe anything about $3,000. Because if you buy something below that, you can get a good deal, but you just never know. So anything above 3,000, you're guaranteed that you will get something better. And if you're settled here, like you're really settled here, I would say anything above 5,000. Anything above 5,000, depending, because 5,000 in the US is something you can save very fast. If you're working hard, just make sure you put in some extra shifts, you save up some money and buy something $5,000 plus, and that's a very good car. Yeah, anything above 5,000 will be a very good car, and you're guaranteed that it's not going to be breaking the whole time. And also here in Arizona, you have to make sure the AC is working, because you can get a deal of $1,000 and the AC is broken, and then you'll be going to fix the AC and spend so much money fixing the car. So cars in America, I can say they are expensive than Europe. Because in Europe, I remember a friend of mine came from UK, and they came here and they were shocked. Like, this person was shocked, kabisa, because I told him about the car prices, and I said $20,000, $40,000, $30,000, and the person was like, whoa, you guys, your cars are expensive in the US. In UK, cars are not that expensive because £1,000, you can get a good car with £1,000, right? And you see, in the UK, in the US, to get a good car, you have to go up a little bit. But I think cars in the US, honestly, that's my personal opinion. I don't know. I think Germany also, you can get a very good deal, car deals. But here in the US, I don't know why the car prices are that high. And the best thing, and one thing I can tell you, is in this country, if you have a good job, and if you have good credit, and if you have a good job, and you're able to pay for a good car note, why not get it? Treat yourself. But you know what? It depends with your goals. If your goal is to drive a 40,000 car, why not? If your goal is to drive a 30,000 car, why not? It just depends with whatever you feel like, whatever your income. If you have good income, you can drive a good car, no problem. And one thing for sure is, if you're working in this country, you are able to afford these things. You are able for sure to afford paying for 200 car note or 300 car note. So it depends with an individual. It depends. For me personally, I hate car notes. I cannot stand car notes because I don't want to feel like every month I'm having to pay for a car. I'm having to pay for some car payment. No, for me, I love to buy. Even if I have car note, I like to pay it off quickly. And that's what I did with my Toyota. Let me tell you, with my Toyota, I paid it off very, 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 very quick because I had a loan for like 4 years, but I paid for it very fast. I think within 2 years, I had paid it off because I could not. I was like, I don't want to. I really feel the relief. I am so happy now that I don't have a car note, because to be honest, paying for a car every month, I was paying for my Toyota, I was paying 320 something a month. That's a lot of money, yo. And now I feel the burden off my shoulders. I remember a friend of mine, she got an SUV, a Toyota SUV, and RAV4, and the car was like $25,000, and she was paying $1,000 every month, and she could afford it. And guess what, guys? She's a caregiver, and she was working, and she was paying $1,000 every month because, you know, she didn't have so many things going on at the time, and she was comfortably paying $1,000 every month, and she paid it off. I thought it was a joke, but she did. For me, I honestly would not advise somebody when they're new to get in a car note. It's good to build your credit, but don't go over like so much money just because you want to drive a good car. If you want something to build your credit, or if you want something, you know, when you're new, don't go over way, you know, don't. It's just a car. You know, you can change your car anytime you want. And you know, a car the price will always go down. The price of car will never go up. So for me, I can never go crazy on you know, like expensive cars. Not unless my income changes. But yeah, I mean, one thing I love the US, and always I appreciate this country, is because, you know, here cars are good, but nobody is gonna come and like, oh, you know, like feel like, oh, you can't drive because of this. No, you can drive, because there are all these price ranges. If you're driving your you know, high-end car, I'm driving my low-end car, and we are meeting at some point. So everybody can get a car depending with your pocket, whatever, you know, whatever you can afford. Yeah, why not? So yeah, that's my experience, my own experience with the car prices, how I got my first car, how I got my second car, and how I got my third car that I'm driving now. And once you get your car in this country, because the roads are good, you can keep your car for a long time. Like for me, I always say I'll keep my Toyota for a long time, not unless my family expands. Because you guys, I tell you, I'm a mother of many. I'm a mother of the whole nation. So if my family expands, I'm gonna have to go to a bigger, like a 7-seater, because I see that happening very soon. In Jesus' name, I will have more children. And yeah, that's the only time I can consider buying like a van or a bigger car. But for now, I'm okay with this small one. I'm fine with it. I honestly, the next time I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna have to sell this one and then use the same money to buy another car, because I don't think I want a car note. Let me tell you, life here has taught me to always be on a budget. For me personally, and especially for me, because I'm a single mom, life has taught me to be on a budget. And I love it, because that's the way I function, that's the way I operate, and that's the way I advise people. And thank you so much for listening to me. So go online. When you come here, look up online for cars. Cars are there, anything you can buy. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you, and see you on the next video. If you have a question about the car prices or anything, please feel free to write it on the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please share. Click on the notification bell. You will get notified when I post the next video. I love you all. See you on the next video. Bye, guys.